So if there's some boredom or some disappointment or some discord, what is it? Boredom, disappointment, discord?
My husband has PTSD.
What is that?
From the military.
Not a steady person to calibrate to.
No.
Like everybody else on the planet, but that's okay.
Which is why I stay over here.
We understand what you're talking about. So the feeling is unreliable, not steady, not dependable, not a good person for me to lean on. And the resentment might come in that, so I have to be stable for both of us.
I no longer do that. I stay in my space, and when we rendezvous, hey, everything's great, and then I go on about my business.
So what? So why are we having this conversation?
Because is that a space to continue to be in? Is to have that occasion.
So describe that emotionally. What does that feel like?
Sometimes
is it
lonely? Yeah.
I'm lonely in my relationship. I'm lonely in my relationship. We've put it on the marble bag game, and now there's 12 marbles around here that we're going to identify that are easy existing matches. Not about this person, because that's not the subject. About lonely. Lonely is the subject. This person isn't the subject. You've assigned lonely to this person because almost everybody does. They calibrate to people. You don't make me feel the way you used to make me feel. Well, that's not fair to assign your solutions to other people. So we're not talking about the relationship or the person. We're talking about the lonely. So now we're going to find easy existing marbles that are about the other end of the stick from lonely. So give us one.
Joyful, exciting.
Yeah.
Fun.
But there's something more tangible.
Than lonely.
Like when I do this, I feel, when I do this.
So when I do my work.
Say again?
When I work, I feel joy.
All right, so
I feel connection.
Work is not lonely.
No.
Connecting with those people at work is not lonely.
Here is not lonely.
Here is way not lonely. Reading things that are of interest to me, I don't feel lonely. Involved in my isn't lonely. Yard?
No.
Animals?
Absolutely not. The beach. I pay somebody else to do the yard.
Having people in my life experience that help me out is not lonely. Give us some things.
Well, I assist a teacher in Montessori for 3 to 6 year olds.
That's not lonely.
No, it's not. It's amazing.
So, see what happens? You can't be lonely when you're clicking those marbles.
And I'm not. I'm not everywhere else. That's what I'm saying. Is that when I
But
find
what we're saying to you is the emotion that is the indication of the resistance is what we're talking about, not the reason for the emotion. And so when you figure that out, then you stop making other people responsible for the way you feel. And then you don't have split energy like, well, I'm lonely when I think about us, but I feel guilty when I think about us not being together. Well, now you got a lonely one and a guilty one. And you didn't need to go to guilt. You could have just dealt with lonely. But now you've gone to guilt, let's go there. So I think to get over loneliness that I have to get away from you altogether. Well, that isn't even logical since we did the other thing.
No, and we manifested a better solution. New job. He travels during the week. I only see him on the weekends. So we're in good spaces together.
So we're having this conversation because
it goes back and forth. That's all.
Because it's not steady.
Right.
And now you know how to hold it steady. Mm-hmm. Because you've been letting the circumstance control the emotion, and now you're going to let your marble game control your emotion. And when you let your marble game control your emotion, you are controlling your point of attraction. And when you are controlling your point of attraction, you are not lonely. When you're controlling your point of attraction, you feel invigorated, you feel enlivened, you feel powerful, you feel...
Everything else is great.
Yeah.
Everything else is amazing.
Good conversation.